Today, we're going to unlock a pretty powerful pathway in higher education. It's one that really values the experience you've gained outside of a traditional classroom. It's called the Accreditation of Prior Experiential Learning for Access, or just Apel A for short. And, it could be the very thing that bridges your career to a university degree.
So, have you ever stopped and wondered if all those years you've spent in the workforce, the skills you've picked up, the projects you've led, the real-world problems you've actually solved, could get you into a university program? It's a question a lot of us have. And the answer? Well, it might just surprise you. The short version is a big, resounding yes.
And look, this isn't just some nice idea. It's a philosophy that's recognized all over the world. This quote really gets to the heart of it all. It's about valuing all learning, not just the kind that comes with a formal piece of paper. It's a huge shift in how we think about what it means to be truly educated.
Okay, so we get the big idea behind it. Now let's actually break down the system itself. What exactly is Apel A, and how does it value your skills in the real world?
So, what it boils down to is this. Apel.R is an official, structured process here in Malaysia. It looks at everything you've learned, whether that was in a classroom, on the job, or even just through self-study, and it assesses all of it to see if it lines up with the entry requirements for a university program. It's like a bridge built from your past experience straight to your academic future.
Now, it's good to know that Apel A is actually part of a bigger family. You've got APL for getting course credits, one for a full-blown qualification, and even one for stacking micro-credentials. But for what we're talking about today, we are zeroing in on Apel A, the one that really opens the door to getting into university.
And this slide really lays out the difference perfectly. The traditional path, right? It's almost all about formal exams and certificates. Apel A, on the other hand, totally shifts the focus. It values your work experience, your actual life skills, and your ability to prove all that learning through a really well-put-together portfolio. It's a completely different way of looking at what makes someone qualified.
Okay, so if this is sounding like a path for you, you're probably asking, well, how does it actually work? So let's walk through the whole journey, step by step, from being an experienced professional to becoming a university student. The process is actually pretty clear and structured. First up, you apply through the official portal of the Malaysian Qualifications Agency, or MQA. Next, you'll take an aptitude test. But the biggest step, really, is creating your portfolio, and we're going to spend a whole section on that in a minute. If you're going for a master's, there's also an interview. You get through these stages, and you get your APL certificate. That's your golden ticket to enroll.
Right, now we're at the absolute core of the APL process. This is the part that truly sets it apart from everything else. Proving your experience through your portfolio.
And this is so important to understand. The portfolio isn't just a resume or some scrapbook of your career highlights. No way. It's a very carefully put together document where you systematically map your real-world experience to the specific learning outcomes the university requires. It's basically your evidence-based argument for why you should be admitted.
And what's really fascinating here is that we can see exactly what the assessors are looking for. This isn't just a guessing game. As you can see from this chart, a massive 40% is weighted on your functional work skills, your practical, hands-on abilities. But they're also looking at your knowledge, your critical thinking skills, your personal ethics, and even your ability to look back and reflect on your own learning.
So what kind of evidence are we actually talking about here? Well, it's a whole mix of things. Yeah, you'll include any official certificates you have, but you'll also add things like testimonials from bosses or clients, detailed lists of your job responsibilities, reports you've written, and even proof of informal learning, like workshops you attended. Pretty much anything that backs up your claim to a particular skill can go in there.
Naturally, with a system like this, there are always some misconceptions floating around. So let's clear the air a bit and look at some common myths versus the reality of what Apel A is all about. This is probably the biggest question people have, right? Is this just some kind of shortcut for people who couldn't make it through the normal system?
And the reality is a definite no. Apel A is not an easy route. It's an alternative one. The process is tough, with aptitude tests, that detailed portfolio, which takes a ton of effort, and sometimes interviews. It demands a different kind of hard work, but is definitely not less demanding.
Okay, here's another common myth. If I've been working in a field for, say, 10 years, is that an automatic pass? And again, the real answer is a bit more complex. Just having the experience isn't enough. The crucial part is your ability to document it, to reflect on it, and to clearly connect it to the academic skills required for the program you want. It's all about proving what you learned from what you did.
You know, this quote, I think, just perfectly captures the whole spirit of Apel A. It recognizes that every single person's learning journey is unique. Your career, your projects, your life, that's your story. Apel A is just the tool that helps you translate that story into a real academic opportunity. So, as we wrap up, the final question isn't really about Apel A, is it? It's about you. Your experience has incredible value. Your learning has meaning. So the only question left to answer is this: what's the next chapter of your story going to be?